Welcome to this episode of the Coaching Circle podcast. And boy, have I got some downloads for you. This stuff really lights me up. Today, I'm going to be talking about something that is very much at the core of growing a business that is aligned and abundant. And that is the link between visibility and receiving. Now, I can't tell you how many coaches I work with that tell me about their problems with visibility and receiving, constantly getting a sustainable income and inflow of clients. And I can relate to this in a big way. This is an area I've done so much work on for myself over the last 10 years that I've been in business. And there's some really key truths that I want to share with you that are going to change the game for you in business. Because the thing is, in business, your business can't give you what you're not willing to receive. And this is the underlying problem that a lot of people have. It's very, very unconscious. So often people are saying, well, I want to have more. I want more clients. I want more money. I want more ease and peacefulness and all that kind of flow energetically. But deep down, there's this underlying fear of not wanting to be seen. And visibility isn't just about being on social media or having a polished brand. It's about showing up. It's about showing up as yourself, allowing yourself to be felt, allowing yourself to be perceived by other people. And that's how you let your audience connect with the real you. Not just the curated version, not just the version that you think is safe to show to the world. And the underlying thing that is really at the bottom of this is trust. It's about trust, trusting yourself to be a safe container for attention, for your emotions, for clients, and for money. This is a really key thing that I want you to understand, the trust piece deep down. So let's dive into what all of this really means and how it may be the missing piece in between where you are in your business right now and the version of your business that feels truly abundant and aligned with what it is that you want. So let's look at visibility to start with as a receiving practice, because this is really the truth of it. Now, you've probably heard, you need to be visible to grow your business, and no one talks about what that really means. Now, you might be sitting there and go, oh yeah, but there's people out there that are doing faceless reels and da-da-da. Yeah, okay, there's a niche for that. I know I'm not buying from people who I can't see their face. I don't know who is, but good luck to that market. That's not what I'm here talking about today. What I'm talking about today is not just about being consistent online. It's not just about showing up because that's what you should do. And some coaches told you that you've got to show up every day, do reels every day. It's about you being available energetically, emotionally, physically. And when I say that, how does that feel in your body? Because if you go, oh, but I don't want to be available in that way, this is an insight that there are some considerations around the structure and the boundaries that you have. That doesn't make it feel safe for you. And that's something that I go into very deeply in Business Alchemy, which is my 3-month coaching membership, where we go a lot deeper into masculine and feminine energy and why that's so important when it comes to structure and boundaries and receiving and all those kinds of things. But as we're talking about visibility, we have to know that it's this willingness to be seen. So if you want to receive more, whether that's more clients into your business, more referrals, more income, you have to be willing to be seen, right? If you're a service provider, people they need to have an emotional connection to your brand. And if you're a solopreneur, that's probably you. if they're going to be working with you one-to-one, if they're going to be having direct contact with you when they start working with you, they need to make that connection with you before they buy, right? They need to feel safe with you. And so when we think about visibility, it isn't just marketing. It's this act of saying, I'm here, I'm open, I'm available to receive, and I'm a safe place to receive. I trust myself to receive. I trust what I do let in and what I don't let in, and it feels safe for me. And what often happens is people don't feel safe and they don't trust themselves about what they can let in, and they create these big walls, these guards, and you can see them. I can see them when I talk to people because I'm very intuitive and I'm very tuned into all of the micro muscle movements that people make, and I can see very clearly and I can feel it when people are defensive. And when people are defensive, it doesn't feel safe. They don't feel emotionally safe. You don't feel emotionally safe. So when you're hiding, when you've got those walls up, whether that's the I'm not on camera walls up or, the emotionally, defensive walls up, that could be physically not showing up or emotionally holding back. You create friction between what you say you want and what you're actually available for. Is an incongruence. It's out of alignment. And so your business is a mirror. It reflects what you're open to receive. So if you're only 50% visible, if you've got like the gates 50% closed, well, you're probably only going to receive 50% of what you're calling in, what you're saying that you want. So let's go deeper. Let's go deeper into what's actually underneath this resistance to being seen. And that is the trust piece. This is so key. And when we talk about trust, it's trusting that you can hold people's attention without shrinking. It's trusting that you can hold onto money without sabotaging and having it leave you. It's trusting that you can hold emotion, both yours and your clients, without shutting down, without getting defensive, without getting overwhelmed. But for many people, and especially coaches and heart-led business owners, there's something even deeper. Deeper, deeper, deeper. I feel like I'm doing hypnotic trance here, but we are going to the deep levels of the unconscious mind. And that's where often people equate money and attention with power. Oh, the power word. And if we fear that having too much power will make us selfish, or that we have a perception that people with power lose their integrity, then we'll unconsciously keep ourselves small. We'll protect ourselves from being too successful or too visible, so that not only do we have to trust ourselves to be seen, we also have to trust ourselves to be good people while being seen. And to hold more, have a capacity for holding more without losing our values, without betraying our values. So to have more influence, more clients, more income, and stay in integrity. This is ultimately the core underneath everything, right? It's the core of why people think, oh, it's too greedy to have too much money. All of I don't go into all those limiting beliefs that people have about money or power or anything else, but this is underneath that. You get so conditioned that having money or power is out of integrity, that the last thing you want to be is out of integrity. But here's the thing. If you're worried about whether you're in integrity or not, you're someone who has integrity, because people who don't care. They seriously don't care. Right? And you'll see them. You'll see how they show up. You'll see how they behave and keep going, and they don't care. So if you're worried about whether you've got integrity or not, you do. Right? You do. So, and if you're a coach or a service provider, I have no doubt you're a very good-hearted, caring person. Right? Because why else would you be in a role that is required for you to care for other people, unless you just thought it's a good way to make a quick buck. But look, are there people in the industry like that? Probably. I just don't pay them any attention, right? The majority of the coaches, well-being practitioners that I come across are good-hearted people who have started on their own journey of personal development or health and well-being, and they made such an incredible transformation for themselves, they felt compelled to be able to help other people, right? That's the truth that I know about most people in the coaching and well-being industry. And so, really knowing that you can have more and still be a good person and still be in integrity and trust yourself in that space is the really deep inner work of receiving. And so you have to believe that you are capable of handling more without being corrupted by it. And the truth is you are. You're already someone who cares deeply, right? You lead with heart, you walk your talk. But if there is that hidden belief that power or wealth will change you for the worse, well, you'll resist both of them. Okay, so this is what I want to offer you, is this knowing that you can be powerful and kind. You can receive and stay rooted in your values. You can have more money, more attention, more success, and still be deeply you. And the fact is, for you to be open for that, it requires you of being more of you, more of the truth of who you are. And the truth of who you are is that you're a magnificent beam of light who's here for a very important purpose. You need to bring more of that out. Okay, so how does this play out? How could you recognize if this is something happening for you in your real life, in your business? Well, it can look like that you're saying, well, I want more clients, but then you feel really uncomfortable promoting yourself. It can be that you're holding back your truth, the truth of what you know from your own journey and studies and experience, to avoid judgment or being too much for people. You might be dreaming of overflow and abundance, but you're just feeling really unsafe to be seen as a leader, or the thought of being a leader makes you pull back like, that's not me. You might be subtly pushing away opportunities because part of you is afraid of what success will require of you. Now, these are all signs that you're showing up, but not fully available to receive. And, I say this with love because, like I said, I've been there and I've danced in and out of visibility depending on what was happening with me internally. The thing is, I've been more consistent and more consistent over the 10 years, but I remember when I first started doing video, I was like a deer in the headlights. When I first started networking, I was petrified. Like, it has been a growth journey for me to be okay with being visible. And, it's funny, I was talking to a marketing expert recently, and we were having a bit of a laugh because both of us resonate with the fact that people say, oh my God, Toni, I see you everywhere. You're everywhere. But the truth is, most of the time, I'm at home because I work from home. My office is from home, but I am visible. People know who I am. I share myself. So it feels that like people have more of an insight into who I am, and I can hold that attention in a way that feels good for me. That feels like it's in service of other people. Right? So that's the difference. And so it's a practice, and any kind of practice where you're shifting how you feel requires awareness, right? Consciousness equals awareness. Consistently thinking to yourself, what am I feeling at this point in time? What am I saying to myself, right? What pictures do I have in mind? What stories am I telling myself? And getting really good at recognizing what's not the truth of who you are and releasing the rest of it. That's something I do with myself on the daily. I'm super tuned in to be able to do this with people. Like I said, I can read it in people. I dig into things and shift things with people that they don't even know what was there at sometimes, right? And this is why I have Business Alchemy, because we go a lot deeper into all of these things, because these are the things that will sabotage any amazing marketing strategy or anything else that you have. If you've got this stuff underlying, no strategy is going to override it. You need to sort this stuff out, right? So whether it comes to clients, income, connection, it is all mirrored in how safe and solid we feel in being seen, in receiving, in being that container. And so this is the big thing. And this is definitely what changed for me when I stopped trying to do visibility and just being visible and started practicing self-trust and being a safe space for other people. Everything changed. Okay, because when you trust yourself to hold what visibility brings in attention, money, leadership, emotion, well, then you unlock a whole new level of receiving. And it's very much to do with masculine and feminine energy. This is key, right? How you learned how the world was when you were young will have a massive impact on your visibility and ability to receive. This is something, like I said, I go very deep into in Business Alchemy. I'm super passionate about it. So how do we shift, right? How do we shift? And it starts by redefining visibility, not as performance, but as presence, right? It's your presence. So ask yourself, right? Where am I still hiding? What am I afraid will happen if I let myself to be fully seen? Do I actually trust myself to hold more attention, clients, money, success? And then start small. Share something honest instead of something perfect. Right? Be willing to receive a compliment without deflecting it. Enjoy it. Talk about your offer with confidence instead of caveats. Oh, this might be for you if, or it might be for you if. No, this is for you. Right? Practice visibility as an act of receiving, not proving. Okay, there's a very definite structure around masculine and feminine energy that is between the audience and the person that the audience is watching. And you need to know how to have this right. And the key to it is very much you need to be willing to be having a good time. You need to be willing to be yourself. And I say good time. There's going to be times where you might share things that aren't necessarily a good time. Hopefully it's not a lot, because no one wants to be with a negative Nancy that just shares all of their dirty laundry and it's so heavy and yuck. But be willing to share things about yourself. Ideally, after you have solved them, if it is a challenge, right? But that's what people want to see. They want to see that you are human, that you honor yourself, that you have a good time, that you're walking your talk. All of that little acts that really build self-trust as well. And that trust opens you up to receive at a whole new level. And when you're visible with congruence, okay, so that means that your energy and your intention and your actions, your words, they all line up. Well, then you become magnetic. People are attracted to the truth. It feels safe. It feels powerful. Okay, not perfection. People aren't attracted to perfection, right? So you become magnetic, not because you're doing more, but because you're being more, right? This is where your value lies in who you're being, not just what you're doing. Okay, so being more of who you truly are, being open, being trusting, having clear boundaries, right? Fully available to receive. You're available to receive, but with the knowledge that people have to step up to a level to be in your space, right? That's where the safety and self-trust comes from. So I want to leave you with this today. Really think about this. Where are you being invited to step into deeper visibility in your business? What would shift if you trusted yourself to be fully seen, fully expressed, fully supported? And where might you still be believing that having more means becoming someone you don't want to be? right? Because this is the thing. When people talk about personal development and who do you need to become, it's not that you need to become someone else. It's that you become more of the truth of who you are. You bring more of yourself to the surface because you are safe to be seen. You are safe to receive. You are safe to have more without losing yourself in the process. And it's not about going, oh, I'm going to create a world where I be visible, no one's ever going to attack me. No, it's knowing that you can be visible and nobody has the right to attack you. So what does that mean? If they do, put them in their place. Sort them out. Know that you'll be supported because it will be much more clear and obvious that they're the person with a problem than you are. Okay, people support those who show up authentically. So if this has landed with you, send me a message, DM me on Instagram, send me an email, comment on this podcast. I love hearing your insights and reflections and what's landed for you. And if this episode stirred something in you, take a screenshot and share it to your stories. Tag me so we can spread this message to more people who are ready to open up and receive more through their business. Just know you're not here to play small, right? You're here to be seen, supported, and successful on your terms. That's it for today. Check out the show notes for all the details and keep being your magnetic self. And I look forward to sharing something with you in the next episode.